This is Daimeon Banks. Thank you for listening to the All Things Sport podcast. You can also catch me on the Puff TV Morning Combo on Blog Talk Radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Call 347-677-0956 and I'll give you Sports by Daimeon.
We're back with more of the All Things Sport podcast with Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks.
And we are back on the All Things Sport podcast. Pierre, I've been getting so hyped, man. I've been bursting with anticipation, man. Like my level of giddiness is at a quagmire level, man. For this Bruh For Real segment for this podcast. Pierre, you know we had to give it to him. On this edition of Bruh For Real, we're going to go back to that Cincinnati Bengal and Pittsburgh Steeler game. Our Bruh For Real is dedicated to two players because it's so ridiculous. You got the chain of events cost them a playoff win. Vontaze Burfict. Bruh For Real? How? Why? Antonio Brown, let me set the scene. Antonio Brown, Pittsburgh's top receiver. He's coming across the middle. I know he's looking like raw meat to you, and you're a pit bull. I understand that. Pass is a little high. Antonio Brown reaches up, doesn't catch the ball.
Vontaze Burfict clearly saw that he didn't catch the ball. Clearly.
Vontaze, you lower your shoulder. Now, to your credit, I'm going to give you a little credit. You didn't lower the boom completely on him. You lowered your shoulder so you can hit him in his head a little bit, so you can hit him in his face mask. And all you did was knock the man out. Bruh, for real? As soon as you hit him, he went to sleep. You quiche him from New Jack City. Rock-a-bye, baby. You quiche them, Vontaze. You get a 15-yard penalty. You help out Pittsburgh. You hurt your team. What are you doing? I mean, you got to be smarter than that. Now, everybody thinks that Vontaze Burfict is a dirty player. I don't consider him a dirty player. I just consider him one of those guys he's one of those guys that you have to keep your head on a swivel around when you're on the field. Bruh. For real? But you picked the wrong time to do this, man. You picked the wrong time, Vontaze.
And then his buddy, Adam Jones, of course, man. I mean, and this is a good, really teammate move. You know, he's taking up for Vontaze Burfict and making a lot of noise on the field. But something happens that Adam Jones does not particularly care for. Joey Porter, a.k.a. Jerry Porter.
Bruh. For real? A.K.A. Jerry Porter.
Jerry Porter comes on the field, and I don't know what was said. I can infer what was said from looking at the video, but I can guarantee you that Adam Jones didn't particularly like it. And so Adam Jones, after cussing and fussing with the referee, then turns his anger at Jerry Porter and goes and pushes him.
Can't do it.
Now this earns another 15-yard flag from the referee, and now the Cincinnati Bengals go from having a playoff win to giving the Pittsburgh Steelers, who don't need any help getting yards, 30 yards and moving them closer into field goal range.
Bruh, for real? I mean, bruh, for real. You okay, you knocked Antonio Brown out. Okay. You got a 15-yard penalty. Gather yourself. Get your composure. Do not engage with the coach that comes on the field, Pac-Man Jones. I mean, I understand he's not supposed to be on the field per your Instagram rant that you put up shortly after the game. Bruh. For real? But you cannot engage with that guy, and you cannot get a penalty. Now, from what I understand, Pierre, he got the penalty not for getting into it with Joey Porter, but because he came into contact with an official, which results in an automatic 15-yard penalty. So Chris Boswell was able to kick, a 35-yarder. He was not diagnosed with ELBS, with extreme lemon booty syndrome. He made his game winner. Pittsburgh Steelers moves on. Vontaze Leston Burfict, Adam Pac-Man Jones. Bruh, for real? How could you, man? For real?
And then Pac-Man Jones said that Antonio Brown was faking being knocked out and having a concussion. Bruh, for real? Are you kidding me? This man got hit in the helmet on his way down from Vontaze Burfict, who easily outweighs him by about 70 pounds, ran into him full speed. And did you see Antonio Brown when he hit the deck? I mean, sat down on his keister, arms directly to his side, and then fell to the ground, man, without even bracing himself. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Bruh, for real?
It's unbelievable to think that Adam Jones spent, a good number of years reforming his reputation, a good number of years going from the man known as Pac-Man around the league, the man that Jerry Jones had to pay, not Jerry Porter, but Jerry Jones had to pay someone to follow him around at all times to make sure he was out of trouble. It's a real shame that he did all that work to change his image, and the snap of two fingers, we right back to thinking that Adam Jones is Pac-Man. And I had a few conversations this week with people, and that's all they know Adam Jones for, is getting in trouble. And I'm telling people, have you not realized that in the past 4 to 5 years, you haven't even heard Adam Jones' name, not unless it was in the context of football? People didn't even know that man was still in the league. And that's a real shame, because Cincinnati has been good every year that he's played for them.
And he has been great. He's been a Pro Bowl cornerback for Cincinnati. Hasn't gotten into any trouble. Hasn't gotten to any trouble, been a Pro Bowl cornerback for the Bengals, and he let a bonehead decision affect the outcome of that game. Bruh. For real.
And I love Adam Jones. I'm rooting for Adam Jones. So it's just disheartening to see that this man can throw away all those years of him doing well and him having a positive image in this league, man, and just let his emotions get the best of him. And in the blink of an eye, it all goes awry. And then what didn't help his cause at all is after the game, actually the worst part, after the game, he takes the Instagram.
When are these professional athletes going to learn? Never take to Twitter or Instagram when you're emotionally unstable, meaning you're upset, you're sad, anything that you're super emotional about, never take to Instagram and Twitter, because once you press that send button, you can't take it back.
Can't do it.
Cincinnati went from giving Marvin Lewis his first playoff win ever, EVER.
Cannot coach with him.
To Vontaze less than perfect and Pac-Man Jones giving Marvin Lewis his 7th playoff loss and essentially living that Pac life. It's so sad.
I feel for the Cincinnati Bengals, man. I'm telling you, as North Carolina State fans, you empathize with any team who is going through anything remotely similar to what you're going through. And I would say that Cincinnati Bengals fans have it way better than North Carolina State fans. At least they've been winning their division. You know what I'm saying? We can't even win a division. We can't even win the ACC Coastal.
Hey, like our pop says, hey, friend, this is not Bash NC State time. Bruh, for real.
I hate to digress, man, but it's just been a tough year for me as a sports fan, man. NC State just can't get it together. Kobe Bryant is retiring.
Bruh. For real? Man, how do you always seem to bring up Kobe Bryant's name? Every podcast that we do, you find a way. We're not talking about NBA on this podcast.
Listen,
you find a way to bring up Kobe Bryant.
Listen, man. What I'm saying is it's a tough year
this is
for
my
me,
Charles
man.
Barkley impression. Hey, listen, Kobe Bryant. Listen, he's a fantastic player.
Kobe,
but
you will be sorely missed, Mr. Kobe Bryant.
Father Time is undefeated, and Kobe Bryant, man, stop bringing up Kobe's name every podcast, man. We're talking about Vontaze Burfict and Adam Jones, man.
Well, I'm
going to give you a bruh for real for bringing up Kobe Bryant's name, man.
Listen, I'm empathizing with the Cincinnati Bengals fan. I'm just saying it's a tough year for me as a sports fan, man. The Lakers are awful.
Kobe, we're gonna add this link on your Twitter account. Please call into the show so your number one fan can interview you, man. And so I can bring you back down to earth. Kobe, I love you, man. One of the top 5 players who ever played the game of basketball, regardless of position. But listen, man, you're out there, you know, you're looking like you're old as Methuselah. Oh, you're better than that. I don't want these kids that are watching basketball now to think that Steph Curry is better than you because he's not.
This segment into a bash Kobe Bryant.
Okay, let's digress.
What are you doing?
Let's put our digression. What are you
doing? This not what this segment is about at all.
You brought Kobe's name up.
Nah, man. I mean, they ain't an opportunity for you just to disrespect the man. Like,
I didn't. No, I did not disrespect him. Did you hear what I said? I said that he's one of the top 5 players to ever play the game. I hope that he stops playing because you have these 10, 11, 12, 13-year-olds thinking that Steph Curry is better than Kobe, and he's not. Kobe at this age is not what he once was. Everyone knows that, but not these young kids. Kobe Bryant, he's not what he used to be. Just like, you know, that's any other player. Father Time is undefeated. But what I was telling you is we're doing Bruh for Real on Vontaze, Burfict, and Pac-Man Jones. How do you always manage to bring Kobe Bryant's name up in everything that we do, man? Let's do this. Pierre and I, we're going to calm down. He has me jacked up right now, man. I may be taking HGH. You know, I may be linked to an Al Jazeera report. You know, I may be linked to an Al Jazeera report right now. So let us take a commercial break. We're going to end the show, man. We're going to end the show on a great note, man. We're going to give you my wife's favorite segment, The Omen. We're going to take this last commercial break. We'll be back, Pierre, with the final segment on the All Things Sport podcast.
Join us every Friday for the All Things Sport podcast with Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks on Spreaker Radio.
Pierre Banks here, thanking you all for listening to the All Things Sport podcast. Please subscribe for much more of the show. Also, join myself and Rudy Mondragon for In My Humble, The Split Decision, where we discuss all things boxing and what is just our humble opinion on the In My Humble YouTube channel.
The All Things Sport Podcast.
We go back like spinal cords and car seats.
With Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks on Spreaker Radio.
We are back on the All Things Sport podcast with Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks. And Pierre
and Daimeon, let me go ahead and cut you off right there at the pass because I feel disrespected for Kobe Bryant. Top 5 player of all time?
Yeah.
Don't you mean top 2?
Top 2? Come on,
absolutely, man. Him and Mike, the GOAT.
Top 2, though?
Absolutely. Him and Michael Jordan, the all-time best basketball player of all time. I think we can agree with Michael Jordan. And then Kobe Bryant. For you to say top 5 is disrespectful. I mean,
different generations would beg to differ with you. This is a completely different podcast that we can get into. But different generations are they're gonna disagree with you. Michael Jordan transcends generations. He is probably the consensus top player of all time. And then you can plug in 4 more. You got Kobe, Magic, Kareem, Wilt, Bill Russell. You have,
Big O,
Mr. Triple Double himself.
You got Larry Bird. You got so many. The list goes on and on, but at the top of that list is Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, and don't rank him any less than 2. Anything other than that is disrespectful.
Kobe, what you listening to is the best defense attorney that a man could ever have. Pierre Banks can be your defense attorney because he is defending you with such vigor that, we are supposed to be doing a segment called The Omen.
Ain't gonna be no Omen this week because I hate the fact that you took the opportunity to just disrespect that man like that. Why do you do that?
Don't get so emotional about Kobe Bryant that you let your grammar go to the wayside. Saying you have a master's degree from Appalachian State University in broadcast communication, and you say Kobe has you so emotional that you say ain't gonna be no Omen segment this week. No, sir. No, sir. There will be an Omen segment this week. And our Omen segment is gonna be predicting the divisional round matchups, Pierre. Well, let's move on, man, because you are way too invested in Kobe Bryant, man. You're well. Now, I admit, I